This is IShowSpeed, and in just over a year, he's taken his YouTube channel from under 1 million subs all the way to 14.5 million subscribers. How is this possible? I'm not really sure. In today's video, we discover how Darren Watkins Jr. has achieved this and the steps he took along the way to his success. Without any time wasting, let's get into today's video.
You're gay! You are. No, he's actually...
IShowSpeed was born on January the 21st, 2005 in Cincinnati, Ohio, USA, where he has spent most of his life. Speed first created his YouTube account in March 2016 and published his first video later in 2017 and his first live stream on Fortnite in December 2018. However, his growth was poor and he could only scrape an average of 2 views per stream. As the pandemic started in 2020, one of Speed's friends convinced him to start being active on his channel again, and since April 2020, he's been working as a YouTuber. Before he began to take YouTube seriously, Speed was working at a nursing home delivering food to the elderly, but this didn't last long before Speed quit to concentrate on his YouTube. Speed would originally stream Fortnite gameplay and NBA 2K20, where he would average around 10 viewers per stream with around 150 new subscribers per week. In 2020, Speed would stream NBA every day, however the toxic community within this game got to Speed, and we first started to see the energetic, borderline crazy personality we see today in his videos. Within the same summer, Speed developed a growth strategy within his channel where he'd live stream for around 2 hours, then post smaller clips to his YouTube channel of his rages, which obviously everybody loved, hence he continued to upload in this pattern. These rage videos would go on to develop into the YouTuber's channel and identity. When 2K21 came out, many of the game's top streamers decided to no longer stream the game due to gameplay issues. These included the well-known Flight Reacts and Aiden Ross.
Say mercy! Mercy! I'm sorry, man! Say mercy's the bastard, I'm sorry!
As the streamers left the platform, this made room for Speed, and he didn't waste the opportunity. Speed would grind out on this game, and consequently his anger breakouts would only increase. Not long into streaming the game, he had a reputation for violent outbreaks and breakdowns. Things were going well for Speed, however after he was showcased on World Star Hip Hop and his mum and dad discovered his videos, things took a turn for the worst. Neither parents were impressed by his channel, and his mum even kicked him out of his house due to some of the comments and language he was using.
Stop! I mean it. No, you stop! Fuck you talking to people like that? Cut it out. Not in my house, and not with your siblings in here.
This resulted in him moving to Michigan to live with his dad, who later supported his channel. In April 2021, Speed's private info was leaked to the world. His mum's work phone number was leaked along with other family info that wouldn't have helped them in the support of his channel. Things got so bad, Speed even had to move into a hotel room with his setup to secure his safety. He also hit 100,000 subs at this point, however this still wasn't enough to impress his mum. On May the 17th, 2021, Speed's sub count rocketed to 200,000 subscribers, and in only June he went up again to 300,000 subscribers. His growth was crazy. Why? Because of TikTok. Although Speed did not have TikTok himself, fans were clipping up sections of his videos that they would post, and they began to explode across the platform. Along with this, Aiden Ross also began to mention his names in his streams, giving him a bit of extra attention. As the streamer began to move away from purely gameplay and instead transitioned to Omegle streams, growth skyrocketed. On June the 21st, Speed hit 400,000 subscribers, and the next day hit 500,000 subscribers, and by the end of June, Speed had conquered 1 million subscribers, but only went on to hit 2 million subscribers only 18 days later. It was after gaining 1 million subscribers in 3 weeks that Speed moved to LA to live with the former 2K streamer Aiden Ross.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just give it to me! Damn! 2 million! I'm sorry, get off me, bro, get off me.
As in every career, not everything goes to plan, and in this case, Speed slipped up. On an E-Date call for Aiden Ross's channel with Ashcash, Speed became carried away and said several things he shouldn't have.
Say if we're the last 2 people on Earth, and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
No, because that means our kids will have to intertwine, and then their kids, no.
Who gonna stop me?
I will.
Who's gonna stop me?
I will.
If we the last 2 people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Gee,
You're not stopping me! If we the last two people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Yeah. Come on.
These clips were spread around TikTok and resulted in his permanent ban from Twitch. However, other than that and minor damage to his reputation, this did not affect his growth. In my opinion, Speed's relationship with Aiden Ross is a catalyst for his huge spike in growth. After moving in with Aiden Ross, Speed has been able to network with so many social media icons, and as a result, this has opened many opportunities to him. Speed also began to diversify his YouTube content as he began dabbling in the music industry. Speed has uploaded multiple songs to his channel, with some of the most popular being Shake, with 160 million views, and the more recent World Cup song with another 58 million views. To be honest, for a YouTube streamer, these songs aren't bad at all. However, I'm not 100% sure how they brought in the views they did, but either way, this would only have increased his fame. At this point in the video, we're up to date on how Speed got to the position he is today. However, we still need to discuss the defining difference between Speed and the other internet icons who blow up similarly fast. The thing is, most humans who are exposed to such a large audience in such a small amount of time fall off just as quickly as they blow up, as they become so entitled and self-absorbed in their own ego. However, Speed has definitely not fallen off. Speed has remained humble throughout his fame. He doesn't flash any of his newly acquired wealth with designer or cars, and instead still streams topless in what looks like an average setup. This humble lifestyle has meant fans are still able to relate to Speed, and therefore are still able to relate to his content, with which they can't with most other streamers and YouTubers. A story like no other. The rise of IShowSpeed has shown so much controversy due to the angered, frustrated persona he portrays in his videos. But is his fame deserved? I think he has earned his place after taking a different approach to the other streamers on the platform, but I'm intrigued to hear your perception. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to stick around for the next video where we discuss the fall of